The Samaritans are an ancient people that broke off from the Jewish faith more than 2,000 years ago. Their traditions both resemble some in Judaism and different in other ways. Joining us to talk more about this is Guy Yehoshua, who is from the Samaritan community. Guy, thank you so much for joining me. Let's start with talking about what does it mean to be a Samaritan?
To be Samaritan means that you are, first of all, you are not a Jewish man. You are Samaritans, but we are Israelis, of course. What's the difference between the Jewish and the Samaritans? It means that the Samaritans believe in just the 5 books of the Bible, not all the entire Bible. Of course, we don't have the oral Bible, just the Bible.
Right, so you don't believe in the Talmud, the Mishnah?
Of course, no. Not
okay.
This is, you mean the oral Bible, but we don't have it. We just believe in the 5 books that Moses gave to Israel. That means that we are not believe, of course, in Jerusalem, that was the holy place that God had chosen. We believe in Mount Gerizim, like you said before.
Right, which is a major difference.
Of course.
Do the Samaritans keep the Sabbath?
Of course. We do all the things that come from the Torah. That means we do the Sabbath, we do the Passover, we do all the holidays from the Torah. We don't have Purim and we don't have Hanukkah.
Even though when it comes to, I'm just curious about the Sabbath, for example, so much of keeping the Sabbath is explained or interpreted by the oral law, by the Talmud and the Mishnah. But in modern day, in your community, how do you take your lead on exactly what it means to keep the Sabbath?
It means that you don't use anything that means electricity or batteries or job. That means also we don't have the plata of Shabbat. You know that the Jewish make the
hamim.
Hot plate. Yeah, the hot plate. We don't use it because it's connected to the wall, to the electricity. Also, we don't use the frigidaire. We unplug the frigidaire from the electricity for 24 hours, all the Sabbath. We don't use elevators. Even if you are in the 20th floor, we don't use it. We go in the steps, of course. So that's what it mean. But also we don't smoke. We don't use cellulars. We don't use cars, of course.
You don't use money.
Of course.
Right.
We stay in the neighborhood. We don't get out from the neighborhood.
So in the evening, do you have candles that are lit?
No, it's not candles because in 1972. The high priest is allowed to use one lamp for all the 24 hours because maybe there is some old man that must go to the bathroom. And if you go in the dark, so maybe it will fall, something like that. And if you have a baby and you want to change him, so and if you want to read something for the Bible, you cannot because you don't have you are in the darkness. So we use one lamp for all the 24 hours.
Okay, one lamp in the house. I'm interested in questions of identity. Do you see yourself as Israeli?
Of course.
Okay, or do you identify with the Palestinians at all?
We don't want enemies from both sides. We love the Israelis. We love the Arabs. It's not love. We are with anyone. Okay. We don't want to get for us some enemies. The Samaritans that in Mount Gerizim they go to study in Nablus, and they're working in Nablus. And the Samaritans in Holon they serve they serve the Tzal. They go to IDF.
Israeli army.
Yeah, the Israeli army, and they are working in Tel Aviv, and we are studying Holon in Tel Aviv. So maybe you can call it that the Samaritans from Holon are more Israelis, and the Samaritans from Mount Gerizim have the mental from the Nablus.
We're going to have to leave it there, Guy. Very interesting. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Giving us a little insight into the community. We're going to take a short break, but don't go anywhere. We have so much more coming up for you here on the Holy Land Uncovered.